And we are live on YouTube, Zoom, and Facebook. Hello, everybody from all over the world. Today is our third session with KamalAmer, building our self-confidence. Hello, Kamal.
Hi Alia, hi Adil. How are you guys?
Hey, hey.
Hello,
Thanks for
Kamal.
having me again. It's really an honor, and I've been really enjoying these sessions.
Honor is ours, wallahi. Thank you, Kamal. Very sweet of you.
I've been looking forward to it. Just to let the people know, we're still waiting around for some people to join us if they're coming live and stuff. So, with that being said, welcome to everybody that's here, that's been here before. Welcome to everybody that is watching newly with us. Um, it's a pleasure to have you around. So, yeah, today we'll be talking about building self-confidence. We figured it was a logical step since the first session was about visualizing success, and the second session was about using breathing for peak performance. So why not put in a little bit of building self-confidence to just gather those past two together and make something good out of it? How does that sound?
Oh, very great. Looking forward to it. I've been doing
Excellent.
all the breathing techniques that you
Have you?
suggested.
Have you? So how was
Yeah.
it?
Very good, very calming, and trust me, I need it.
That's very good. Very good. Any new insights? Anything you want to share with us?
Not at the moment. I'm still an amateur, so please let me just let me be and practice and become better and better.
But that's the beauty of it. Even if you are on a practice mode, what have you learned? What has it done for you?
Okay, so definitely it's not easy the first session or the first time to dedicate. So dedicating time and reminding yourself is the first obstacle, maybe
Hmm.
I can call it. Making it a regular rhythm, like reminding yourself, no, you need to do it, don't skip it. Again, it's like any practice, like going to the gym. It's like going to your own mental gym. So pushing yourself, reminding yourself, having a mental teammate or something, did you do your mental session today? So
Excellent.
stuff like that. Yeah, it's having encouragement from you, then that's nice as well.
That's really
So
cool to hear. That's really cool to hear.
so looking
So
forward for building self-confidence.
excellent. Excellent. What about you, Adil? Anything new? Any new insights? Have you tested anything?
No, breathing technique is the breathing technique, and also it's really relaxing and it's clear your mind. So breathe well, then you will be able to think in a good way.
Excellent. That's lovely. All right. Well, I guess we're 5 minutes in now, so I'm hoping those that are watching are ready. And for those who aren't, they'll catch up later on.
Hmm.
And I'm really glad that you guys have shared these stories. It's really amazing that you practice these things. It's wonderful to see that and to hear these stories because it can give other people as well insight or a bit of a feeling of what it is like to do these exercises. So, like I said, we've covered visualizing success and we've covered breathing awareness. Now it's the time for building your self-confidence. Confidence. Excuse me about that. Sometimes you mess up your words. All right. Before we dive into the main idea, as a habit, it has been for me to promise you guys and the guys that are watching us something. And this session or today's promise is I will share a quick link with you at the end of the session. I'll post it on the comments where you can have a short quiz about 8 questions to to see how you feel about yourself when it comes to your self-confidence. Now, you can get answers that you wish or that you want by answering what you really want, but I would recommend you to answer by truly how you feel at this precise moment to get the most out of these questions. Now, I have to say, I haven't done that. I haven't created that quiz. It was a quiz that I found. So with that being said, there's also a second promise. I'll give you a few tips, as I usually do. So if you're interested, have a piece of paper and pen ready just to take a few notes. And without further ado, are you guys ready?
Yep.
Excellent. Lovely. So, self-confidence. Let's start from the beginning. Nobody's really born with self-confidence or limitless self-confidence. When you see someone with a tremendous amount of self-confidence, it isn't out of nowhere. This person has worked hard to reach that level. It takes time, practice, dedication to build your self-confidence. And of course, a lot of people admire people with self-confidence, right? It's a point of envy sometimes, because you realize that a self-confident person seems at ease with themselves, with their work, or whatever it is they do. And that invites people to trust them. It inspires other people to feel safe and attracted to that characteristic. And at the same time, it's not always easy to feel confident about yourself, particularly if you've been very self-critical, or people put you down, or you've been bullied. But there are steps that you can take to increase and maintain your self-confidence. So let's start from something very minor, but it's a comparison between what is self-worth and self-confidence, because people sometimes use them interchangeably by mistake. So let's define both of them. Self-worth is your deep feeling, or how you feel. You value yourself as a person. Self-confidence is the feeling of trust in your abilities, in your qualities, and in your judgment. You can look up these definitions. You'll find them on the Webster, on the Oxford, wherever you look for definitions. Now, that being said, when it comes to actions, there's a difference between a self-confident person and a person with low confidence in their behavior. So I'll ask you guys, do you know or have an example, for instance, of a situation where somebody would act in a very confident manner, while a person with low self-confidence will act differently?
I think it presents in sports a lot when someone is mentally confident in the situation. He presents better, even if both are training at the same time, same days, eating the same way in camps. So I'm sure this is a definite example where someone will win, someone will lose. Which one will be more confident to actually pass that winning phase?
Absolutely correct. You're very right. And that's a presentation of how a person is, and that also is a behavior, as you said. So I'll share with you guys a few examples just to have a clear thought on how it is. A person with a confident behavior, they will do what they believe is right, even if others mock them or criticize them for whatever. They will still thrive and they will still do it. A person with low self-confidence will be governed by how people think about your behavior, which unfortunately is a lot of people. Even though they might have a lot of self-confidence, they might feel that, oh wait, I can't do this because so-and-so will look at me not in a nice way, or the society won't like this. So that reduces your self-confidence. A person with good or high confidence, self-confidence, will be willing to take risks and go to the extremes or take the extra mile to achieve better things. While in contrast, a person with low self-esteem will prefer staying in their comfort zone. They will fear failure and avoid risks. A person with high self-confidence will admit their mistakes and will learn from them. A person with so low self-esteem or self-confidence will work hard to cover up their mistakes, and they will be hoping and wishing that the problem is fixed without being noticed by anyone. A high self-confident person will congratulate themselves for achieving certain accomplishments, right? And they will also look for other people that have achieved something to congratulate them and wish them well. A person with low self-confidence will not do that. They will try as possible to not be seen by people or to say that they are not that good, even if there are tiny accomplishments. Another one that I really like is a person that has good self-confidence. They will accept graciously compliments. They will say, thank you, I really, really worked hard to achieve this. And I'm pleased, I'm grateful that you recognize my efforts. A person that has low self-confidence will dismiss the compliment and say, oh, you know, that was nothing really. I mean, anyone could have done that. And that has nothing to do with being humble or humility. Don't just misunderstand that. So these points being shared, these are simple behaviors between the two different people. So self-confidence is really vital in almost every aspect of our life. Many people struggle to find it, unfortunately. And when that happens, it becomes a sort of a vicious cycle. Of people who lack self-confidence are less likely to achieve the success that they're looking for. That in turn will cause them lower self-confidence. And again, that will push them to not achieve their success or their achievements again. And the circle goes on. On the other hand, confident people, they inspire confidence in others, like we mentioned, right? It inspires your audience, your co-workers, your bosses even, customers, clients, friends, family. And it helps you gain the confidence of others as well, because that is the key to success. So now that we know where it comes from, where confidence stems from, I'd like to share with you just some thoughts on how everyday actions can help you grow this self-confidence. And these are simple body language techniques. And they start by adopting an open posture. Sit or stand up straight. Place your hands by your side. Try to avoid standing with your hands on your hips, right? You don't want to dominate or be in a threatening position to others. And of course, be sure not to slouch. I'm sure many have heard their mothers or fathers, stop slouching, stop slouching. There's a reason that helps you stand up straight, sit up straight, and it builds your confidence a little bit more. Keep your hands upright. Oh, sorry, keep your head, not your hands. Your hands have to be in an open gestures. Don't lean too forward as well. Don't lean too backwards, right? You don't want to seem too aggressive or to lean back and not interested in the situation. Spread your hands apart when you're talking, with your palms facing slightly towards the audience or upwards. That means you are open, you are willing to communicate and share ideas. And of course, don't cross your arms, because that's defensive. These are just simple body language movements that help you present yourself in a confident way. Now remember, you are in control of your actions and your behaviors, so take charge and do the things that will make you a better version of yourself. That, of course, is if you are not happy with who you are. If you're happy with who you are, jump off and go to sleep or do something else. I love having you around. All right. How's it going so far, everyone? Are we still on board?
Yep, very. And even if you're happy with yourself, sometimes you need to tweak here and there, you know, and that's the whole fun cycle of life kind of thing. It's
Absolutely.
that you're never always just perfect now. It's maybe a tweak for tomorrow.
Absolutely. You're absolutely right, Alia. So if we don't,
I have a question, Kamil. If it's time for questions, so I can ask it. If not, I can postpone it.
please do. Questions are more than welcome.
Thank you. So you mentioned in the beginning, so some criteria or some characteristics of the self-confident persons, like they taking risks, they are openly talking and extra. So regarding the risk, taking risks, because as you know, people have different risk appetite. So it doesn't mean that they lack the self-confidence. So how we can utilize it? And my second part of the question, so if it is going this way, is self-confidence like the body language, for example? It has to be a collective signs or collective actions that can reflect the self-confidence of the person. So it's not one single item can judge on the person if he's self-confident or not.
All right. So that's a very interesting question. And let me take the first question first and try to see if I understood it correctly. You mentioned the behaviors that one has as, for instance, taking risks, and people have different definitions of risks. You are absolutely correct. And taking risks, the question was if taking risks really reflects on a person, if they're self-confident or not. Is that correct?
Yeah, yep.
All right. So when I mean taking risks, risks are defined by each person very differently. Now, this is linguistics, right? Like we are three now here. Each one of us can have a definition of risk that is very different than the other one. For me, for instance, a risk can be just going outside and talking to strangers, while others, a risk for them would be to invest $10,000, right? And so the risk level of each person is very different. But the idea of getting out of your comfort zone, that is the risk that I'm talking about. So if you are too comfortable in your zone, if you're too comfortable where you are and you don't challenge yourself to do something more, something new, to learn more, to get new acquaintances, new people, meet up, network, write something, a blog, a post, do videos. This is what I'm talking about. You stay in your sweet, nice corner on your couch. You're comfortable where you are. You don't challenge yourself for something more. That is lacking a little bit of self-confidence. When you don't challenge it, I can't remember who said that. But the quote was, if I remember it correctly, if you don't grow, you die. The meaning behind that is, in a way, to better ourselves, we should constantly seek growth, inner growth. And that inner growth means taking risks and getting out of our comfort zone. If there is something that we believe is challenging for us, why not try and attempt to achieve that, or risk a little bit and learn something new and get past that challenge? So hopefully that answers your first question, Adi.
To some extent, yes, but I'm worried that it might be mistakenly understood, because still, if we have types of people. So if you have extrovert and introvert, this doesn't mean that all extroverts having self-confidence, or vice versa. Not all introvert who is not going out will be lacking self-confidence. So I'm keen to be clear, and to be clear for everybody that it's not just one item. Maybe he is introvert, but he has a self-confidence. Maybe extrovert without self-confidence. It's a matter. You mentioned that he believes in his skills, and so he believes that he can, whatever the thing that he is doing well, and he believes that he's have this skill, so he can discuss it. He can openly talking about the details of this thing, share his experience or his skill. So this is how I see it.
You're absolutely right. And here, I'll give you a secret, and maybe the viewers or maybe you will be a little bit shocked. I'm kind of an introvert.
Oh.
Or at least I used to be a very deep introvert. I used to stick to my books, to my music, to my video games. I'm kind of a nerd, and I'm kind of a geek as well. I
Oh.
love comics and playing games online and on my PlayStation. Yeah. But I've learned to challenge myself to get out there. Mm-hmm. Getting on video for me, well, it wasn't a challenge it was a challenge in the beginning, but not anymore, because I find it comforting for me, because I know that I can help people find truth in themselves, find their path, and help them with what they are struggling with. So whether you're an introvert or an extrovert, it doesn't really matter. Self-confidence or lack of self-confidence can be in both of them. You'll find, like you said, introverted people that are extremely self-confident when they're playing their games, when they're reading their books or explaining something, tutoring, for instance, teaching, and you'll see that they are confident. So and then to answer your second question, so it's not one simple action that proves that they have low self-esteem or low self-confidence. It's a combination of actions. It's a combination of behaviors and attitude. And you were talking about their people's beliefs, and this is a session that we will have later on. It's what we call self-limiting beliefs. Mm-hmm. We all have certain limiting beliefs, beliefs that we have carried since we were children, beliefs that we have created for ourselves, that we believe strongly we cannot achieve. And yet we have no proof of that, and we still believe it. But we'll get into that later on in another session. But it's nice that you brought it up, because yes, we can limit ourselves to achieving our goals and our success.
Yeah, and if I got it right, so we have two type of people might be watching us now. So the person himself and the person like the coach or the parents. So they need to encourage the kids or players to believe more in their capabilities, and for the players to believe in their capabilities and share it out with the others and with coaches. So we can have both type of listener attending now.
Absolutely, you are absolutely correct, Ag. Thank you for adding that.
Thank you.
All right, so we talked about the behaviors. Let's talk about something important as well, which is the self-image. Now, this is how you portray yourself to yourself. This is how you see yourself. And I'm going to give you a few things here that will help you. They're more like guidelines. It's not something new. I'm not the person that invented this. These pointers have worked for others. They've worked for me as well. And so again, bear in mind, I'll be sharing like 17 or 18 points, something like that. You can mix and match whatever you find interesting for you, whatever fits you and your needs, right? You don't have to take them all. Just take your time and test whatever you feel comfortable with. This will help you build a little bit of your self-confidence. And at the same time, again, practice. Practice, practice, practice. This is a mental sport. We talk about sports as a physical sport. You practice to become better. This is a mental sport. You still have to practice to become better. And don't be ashamed to seek help or assistance from a guide, from a mentor, from a coach, or even from students of sports or life that you consider as your role models, right? Seek help where you can't or where you don't know what to do. So without further ado, I'll list a few of the ideas or things that you can do to improve your self-confidence. If you have your pen and paper,
yeah.
We'll start from something very basic. Clean yourself up. Shave, wax, moisturize, cut your nails. I mean, the simplest of things, right? Just take a shower. It will change your mood instantly. It will help you. Just take a quick shower and don't take forever. Just make it 3 minutes. Scrub, 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 clean, 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 shampoo, shampoo, shampoo. Get out, dry yourself. It's very simple, but it helps you to build your self-confidence because you feel fresh. The second part to that, now that you've showered, well, just finish the whole thing and groom yourself up, right? Dress nicely. I mean, you took a bath or a shower, just dress nicely after that. I don't know if you've been told that, but I've been told that by my mom, because I used to have like baggy pants and almost my bum was outside, and my mom used to nag me about it. And she would tell me, Kamal, why don't you dress to impress? Have you heard that expression before?
Yep.
Dress to impress.
Yeah.
Exactly. So you dress to impress. And of course, I'm not telling you to get out a tux from your cupboard or a nice suit, or if you want to wear a suit, wear a suit. I'm not telling you not to, but like you can just wear freshly washed and ironed clothes, right? Whichever you feel comfortable and confident in. So now we've built it up, right? You took a shower, you shaved, you waxed, you cleaned yourself up, you put moisturizer, makeup, and you've done that. Then put on new clothes, put on nice clothes, clean clothes. And it's not to impress people, but impress yourself.
Yep. You know, I will tell you a secret, Kamal, maybe.
Go ahead.
During my training time, long time ago, when I was young, my mom was, she got used to iron my training T-shirts, and it was really noticed by my colleagues. So how come you are coming to training with iron T-shirt? And this is how I do it. So it really made a good feeling. You're totally right.
And you are absolutely right. Exactly. Take your suit, whatever suit you have to go to your training or workout, have it ironed, have it look nice and neat, because you are representing that sport or that art, and then you are representing yourself. So again, kudos to your mom and to you for doing that.
Yeah.
Now, I spoke a little bit about your self-image, and I would like you to Photoshop your self-image. Remember, we did the visualization, right? Visualizing your success. And it's not only visualizing your success, but you can visualize anything you want in life. And you have the cheapest Photoshop full version for free right here in your mind. Okay, so Photoshop yourself the way that you want to see yourself in your mind. Play it out. See how you want to be, how you want to look like. Imagine yourself in every aspect that you can see, whether it's muscly, whether it's fine, whether it's thinner, a little bit bulkier, a little bit more sympathique. It is your choice. This is your free version of Photoshop. Visualize yourself like that. Figure out why you want to see yourself that way and what you can do to change it. So by now, I hope you understand why we did the visualization first, the breathing techniques, and then coming into here.
Yeah, sure.
And again, based on the breathing and the visualizing. Number 4, think positively. Remember when we spoke about how you talk to yourself? Well, encourage yourself more. Say nice things to you, right? When you hear that negative voice or these negative thoughts, question yourself. What pushed you in that direction? How can you change yourself to have a more resourceful, positive outcome? Think more positively. Now, you can't just think things and wish them, right? So number 5, you have to act positively. It makes sense, right?
Yeah.
thinking
But
something.
here,
Go
what do you
ahead.
mean by act positively, Kamal?
Act positively is mean take actions. Take actions in what you're doing.
So you mean doing more action toward the direction you want to go or the way you want to achieve?
Exactly. You know the saying, you are what you eat?
Mm-hmm.
Well, you are what you do.
Mm-hmm.
So put your energy into actions, into talking with people, strangers, saying hi. Stop gossiping. Rather, instead of gossiping, elevate people's achievements and what they've done, even if it's the tiniest of things. Act positively. Do positive actions. Number 6, I think it is, right? 5, 6, yeah. And this will be something very, perhaps normal to a lot, perhaps not. Perhaps it will be useless, but I find it very interesting. Be kind and generous. It's your choice, of course, if you want to do these actions. And if it doesn't suit you, don't do it. I'm not forcing you to do anything. But to the subject that reflects it, treat others as you would like to be treated, right? That's a golden rule in life. Do that, and you will start feeling good about yourself. The more you apply it, the more confidence you will build. That generosity, that kindness to people, without seeking reward, it's wonderful. It's a wonderful feeling. Even if you do it just to build your confidence, just do it. And we jump to number 7, I believe now. And that is something also very interesting that I find very important in our lives if we want to know our purpose in life. Know your core values and live by them. Core values are the drives to our lives. They are the most important factors in our life that push us and motivate us. Do you know your core values? If not, find out what they are and live by them every single day. If you value something and don't apply it daily, it simply means it's not part of your core values. Core values, we can probably talk about it one day. I know I spoke about them when I was talking about life purpose in a video before, not with you guys. But these are the drives that motivate us in life. And we live by these rules every day. There are plenty of websites that show you core values. There are exercises to do to find your core values. I can even talk about them one day if you guys want it. If it's interesting to the watchers, we can do that. But it's important to know your core values. What do you live by? Almost like principles.
Can you give us some examples for the core values so people can know what you mean?
I mean, core values can be different to a lot of people. So you can have family, you can have honesty, the happiness of children, you can have integrity. So let's say honesty, right? And so when your girlfriend, wife, boyfriend comes with a new dress or something, especially for the guys, right? And your girlfriend or wife comes along and she says, "What do you think about this dress? Is it nice?" And you absolutely hate it. Are you going to be honest and tell her, you know what, it's not nice? Or are you going to say something else? Oh, it's beautiful.
Is it comes against values? Yeah. Why you are excluded from the value part?
I will tell you why.
Honesty is overrated.
You can find a way to tell your partner that this is not nice by letting them choose it, but you're still being honest. Do you value the love of your partner more than you value honesty at that moment? So there are plenty of values. I'm not going to tell you the answer. Don't look at me, Abby.
Oh, really?
I brought my
Okay,
popcorn.
I thought that there will be an answer. I think it's $1 million answer, so it's not that easy to find.
Keep on going. Keep on going. I like it.
So these are the core values that, and there are plenty more. I mean, there are so many that I can't even think of them at the top of my head, but I have found my core values and I live by them every day. At least I do something about each one of them. People can value their family or their friends, and whatever they do, whatever action they do every day is related to their family or their friends. So hopefully that answers your question, Alia, about some of the core values.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Great. Another point is slowing your speech. A person with authority usually speaks slowly, eloquently, and enunciates their words. You'll find the less confident you are, you will slur your words and you'll start to speak faster because you're very afraid that people will not believe that what you're saying is true. And then your subconscious mind is giving you words that you don't know. Oh, wait, maybe people don't trust me very much. They don't know this is not worth it. And I was doing it on purpose, obviously, but this is how people that have low self-confidence speak, because they don't trust what they're saying is of value. If you slow down your speech, enunciate, and I'm not talking like slow down, like you're going to make me fall asleep. It's not a hypnosis class. So just take your time. This is why you have commas and full stops and exclamation marks in sentences. It's for you to breathe. Breathe, enunciate, take your pauses, and slow down. That will help you build your self-confidence. I've lost count of where we are, so I'll just continue
9.
with one.
The coming one is 9.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent. Thank you. Increase your knowledge. How? By learning more. The more you know, the more you are confident about your abilities and what you can do, your competencies. Just remember to pace yourself. Take it easy, bit by bit. What is it? Slowly but surely, right?
Yeah.
Don't come and tell me you want to be an astronaut when you're afraid of going onto a plane. Baby steps, all right?
Yeah.
Speaking of baby steps, we go back to our visualizing success. Small goals. Set up small goals to reach your higher goal. When you achieve a small goal, you'll be happy and grateful and appreciate that you've achieved that. That will set you up and build up a little bit more confidence to build and create or reach the second goal, and the third, and the fourth, and so on. So step by step, take your small goals first to achieving your bigger goals. Another part of the golden rule: do volunteer work. Volunteer for free. That's what volunteering means, right? Go to a soup kitchen and pour food for the homeless. Volunteer in in a hospital, in daycare. Volunteer anywhere you can. It will fill you up. It will fill you up with confidence. It will fill you up with gratitude. And that helps us to jump into the next point, which is be grateful. Exercise gratitude every day, at night or in the morning as soon as you wake up, and exceed your own expectations of what you are grateful for. List 30, 40, or 50 things that you think you are grateful for, and repeat it daily. And they can be like, oh, I'm grateful that I woke up. I'm grateful for the sleep I had. I'm grateful for the bed I'm sleeping in. I'm grateful for my parents. I'm grateful for my sight. List the maximum of stuff that you are grateful for and express it. The more you do that, the more you realize that we are all part of one entity. Now, another thing that might be interesting is I would recommend you to challenge yourself to changing small habits. Say, for instance, you wake up every day at 7 o'clock. You have your coffee or breakfast, wash up, get ready to go to work or whatever it is. Challenge yourself to wake up at 6:45. Just for a month. After that month, you have achieved success. You have managed to control your actions and your behavior by waking up just 15 minutes early. You have changed a habit. That in itself allows you to understand that you are capable, even if it bothers you, to change something in yourself when you want to. In turn, it allows you to build self-confidence. Now, there are many small habits that you can do. I chose waking up because I know a lot of people have trouble waking up early in the morning. And it seems like it hit home with you.
Yeah, it is. I need to challenge that. It's not a small thing, it's a big thing now. But
So,
you know, Kamal, thank you. It's
yeah.
really important. Challenging a habit, even if it's a small habit, it really will improve, because by challenging a habit, you are changing your way of challenging the way of thinking. You are acting positive. You are achieving. You'll be grateful that you achieved. So it's just you are changing action and behavior, which till it will become a new habit. So it's a real example of building a self-confidence. And if you did it with a small thing, so you'll be able to do with a bigger thing. So
absolutely right. It's a domino effect, as you mentioned. It's a very easy domino effect. Great.
Yeah.
What else? You have get active, right? Even if it's just throwing out the rubbish every day, but do actions every day. Get your ass up and move, do something, right? It will energize you. Do things that are different. Just get up and do something. And that also, you can add on to that, go exercise. I mean, obviously, you know, exercising helps you a lot. Exercise at home. If you can't go out to the gym or go and do whatever it is, exercise at home, 10, 15 minutes. And it can, I mean, there is a plethora of applications and YouTube channels and videos all around for 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes of workouts. Whatever it is you want, you'll find it. You'll find from martial arts to yoga to meditation and fencing workouts. Even you guys are doing fencing online now, right? So, I mean, just work out, do some exercises at home. Another thing is declutter your room, your cupboard, clean your desk. For some, this might not be useful, but to others, having a clear space to think just allows you more space for creativity in your mind. It gives you a sense of pride in a way. I mean, I'm a very, not disorganized, but I like my disorganization. I like having my desk a little bit messy because I know where everything is and it helps me. But every now and then I get this urge to, you know what? I'm going to clean everything up. And I start cleaning everything up and I sort them out and everything, and it looks nice and clean. It's like, oh, okay, that feels really good. All right, let's mess it up again. So, but it gives you this sense of pride. It gives you, wow, I can do this. I can achieve that. Again, this is a very tiny thing that can help you boost your self-confidence into achieving greater things. And last but not least, my favorite of all, and to me it is the most important, smile. Just smile. Wake up smiling, go to bed smiling, smile in public, but make it a genuine smile. In the beginning, you might force yourself to smile. People will notice if it's a forced smile or not. But smiling helps you improve your idea about yourself. It's a physiological change that allows you to feel good. You can't help it. Just smile right now, Adil. Now, tell me how you can be sad now that you're smiling.
No way. I'm always smiling, by the way.
But it's impossible. It's
and
impossible.
I'm sometimes I'm applying the rule, fake it till you make it. So it's
and yes, fake it till you make it. But smile right now. It's impossible to be sad. You've completely changed your physiology. The sense of yourself has changed.
And I read once, Kamal, that sometimes also the power pose that make some changes in the body hormones, which will give you more confidence.
Yes, absolutely. And that's what we were talking about. Your posture, your pause, how you speak, and that smile. And I believe it's in the Art of War, Sun Tzu, that said, smile, it confuses your enemy.
Yeah.
Whether you're smiling, happy, upset, sad, and you're still smiling, people won't understand what's happening. But at the end of the day, you'll still be confident. Right. So do we, Ali, I don't know, you just jumped in. It seemed like you wanted to say something.
No, I was just smiling in the background.
Oh, lovely.
So no, it's a great reminder. It's great tips, and definitely they're tricks to life where you put very, very important words together today that actually are important to me, like integrity and like honesty and like generosity and smiling. So it just not confuses your enemy, but your enemy keeps on asking why are they happy and why are they generous and why are they honest. But it just gives you a peace in mind,
Absolutely.
heart and soul. That's what I call it. So,
and then by doing all of these things, you still have to remember though that we're human, right? We make mistakes, and a great person accepts their mistakes. They acknowledge them and they learn from them, right? That helps to create confidence. And like I said, accepting compliments and even compliment yourself. We are very poor at being kind and complimenting ourselves for our own achievements. When I say we, I'm saying a lot of people are. There's nothing wrong with patting yourself on the shoulder and saying, hell of a job, good job, you did it today, right? Do it every now and then. I mean, I sometimes congratulate myself that I managed to go and pee in the toilet. I said, good boy, Kamal, you did it. Well done. No, but like, kidding aside, just congratulate yourself for doing some things. We're very poor at doing that.
taking it for granted, right? Like stuff
Exactly.
that, like breathing, like Corona time made us learn that sometimes breathing is not as simple and reflex and possible as it should be or as it used to be. So
that's it. For those of you that are breathing through masks, yeah, it is difficult. So be kind and reward yourself. Very important. And so with that, I just want you to remember that you are the author of your story. Don't allow circumstances of people to write your book. Find that balance and harmony in your life. So if you have more questions, or if any of the audience have questions.
no, we're very, very good for today. Thank you, Kamal, so much for the reminders and for the nice setup and organized phase that you put our minds in. So thank you for that. Thank you for everybody watching on YouTube, Facebook, and here on Zoom. And see you next week.
Thank you for having me again.
You're welcome.